Good evening, friends. Today, my seventh experiment for my C# lab is to create a Windows form application. Windows form application where I need to create an employee management system. Here, the concepts to be included in the program are an MTI concept, database connectivity with an options of insert, update, delete, search, displaying using grid view, login pages to be validated, admin and user login. So first of all, we need to create a database. So left click and we'll get a new database. So that when you get a new database, give a name. I have given my database name as employee. After giving the database name, I have created a new table which was called EMP, where I'm storing the values the values regarding the employee management system. So first of all, I need to create the columns where my column names are employee name, employee ID, employee name, employee ID, employee designation and emp salary. So if I will show you, so my system is slow. Employee name I have created with a data type of varchar, emp ID and nchar, and emp design with a varchar, and then emp salary with an int. So here when I go to my data table, I have given 1 2 3 4 5 values predefined in my table, and then first of all, we need to have a login validating page to view these details and edit these details. So for that, I created a DBO login where I have given two columns, one which was called as username and the other one was called password. Two, I have given the data types of nchar. So this is my username which was called admin, and this is my password which was called Alekia. And then when I go into my code, this is my this is my login page where I have given a label of username and password and two text boxes and a button to validate the given username and password. So when I go inside my form, here I have the code for my button. When I click to validate, the validation was done for the username and password which was given inside the database. So here first of all, I'm connecting my SQL where my data source, which is the name of my SQL Express, and this is initial catalog is the name of my database, and integrated security is an authentication of Windows. So here I am creating an SQL data adapter where I am giving my query, select count from count of staff from login. Login is my table name where username equal to and text box. This is my first text box where I'll get my username and password, and this is my second text box where I'll get my password. And this con is my connection of my SQL database. So here I have a data table DD which is equal to, this is creating a virtual table. So here I am validating if my rows which are converted to string are equal to 1, where 1 is a boolean function which says it is true. Then first of all, I will hide the data which was displayed in the username and password, and then I'm evaluate after once it is true, it needs to go to the other page where the page name is called the main. And here, so I'm creating a object for my main page and I'm displaying the page through object.show. If not, if my username and the password are not validated or if they are not correct according to the database what I have given, then it will show a window box which says invalid login. So now I need to create my main page. So here I have created 4 labels where I will enter my employee name, employee ID, employee design, this is called designation and employee salary. So I have 5 functions here, which is called the insert function, delete, update, display. So this function will helps you to display in this particular grid view, and this search function will, if when you give a particular employee ID, this will search and it will display the list of the employee details. So here when we go inside the program, here the functions, for the 5 functions, for the first button was called my insert button. Here I have connected the SQL and then I opened the connection. Here I have given an insert command as an object for my SQL command, where I will insert my query. Here my query is insert into EMP, where this inserts the values in the EMP table, and these are my column names: EMP name, EMP ID, EMP desig, EMP sal, where these 4 values I have given the respected variables which equates them. So I have given for name as N, I, D, S. So these will be stored in this variables, and then they'll be inserted into the table. So here first of all I am using this particular @n to add into the table, and this will take the value which is equal to this M name, and that will be taken from text box 1.text, because in my text box 1.text, this is my text box 1, this is text box 2, this is text box 3, and this is text box 4. So according to this text box, in the text box 1 I'll be typing the employee name, where the I value takes the name of the particular employee and it inserts into the table, and then it goes the same. This value will take the text box. Okay, here first I was taking the value of I, which represents my employee ID, and then my employee name, which is in the text box 1, and from the text box 3 I am taking employee designation, and from the text box 4 I am taking the employee salary. As my data type value of the particular employee salary is int, as by default it is string, I am converting the particular string into int by using int.parse. So here, as so the execute non-query commands are insert, then delete, and then update. So this doesn't have particular single data to display the output. It's on hold. We just give select staff from employee after performing whatever the function, any of the 3 functions. Maybe it can be insert or delete or update. So here finally, after doing the particular insert command, I'm selecting the whole data from the employee table and I'm displaying it. So this will be displayed in this data grid view, and then the connection will be closed. Here my second function, okay, I go to my, sorry, this is my second function, which is called delete. So here, after inserting from the particular into the particular table, here I'm deleting from the particular table if you want to delete any of the employee details. So here again I'm opening a connection, and then I'm using the insert command as an object for my SQL command, and this one here is my query, where delete from, this is my table name again, where employee ID is equal to @I. So here I'm taking the value from the text box 2, where I'll give the employee ID, and according to that employee ID, depending on that ID, the related columns, which are called employee name, EMP name, and designation, salary, those 3 will be equated according to the EMP name, and the whole data will be deleted. So after deleting that particular data, again we are displaying to the grid view. So my third function is update. So in update, I want to update anything I can update either designation or employee salary or employee name, where I'm taking EMP as my particular reference. So here I'm taking my employee ID, employee name, employee designation, I'm typing in the values. So I'm just executing the query. After updating the query, it just displays the whole table and displays in the grid view form. The same thing goes with my display command. So display command is just displaying the whole data table using the grid view. So here I'm just giving the query inside my data adapter. So here just select staff from my EMP, which was called my database, and I'm just giving inside my dot which closes my connection. So through this data grid view, my tables are being displayed. So then my final function is my search function, where the same thing, I'm opening a connection, and here I have created my own object from SQL command, and I'm inserting the query inside the SQL command, where select staff from EMP, where employee ID. So here also I'm taking EMP as my reference variable or number, whatever it may be. So depending on that, the whole data in the particular table, the data which we want will be taken, and that can be searched. So here this is the particular query for my search function. So here I'm adding my values into the text box 2, which is called my employee ID, and I'm executing the query, and then select staff on EMP where ID equal to. So this is where I will display at last of my search function. So here that will be displayed into this data grid view. So so the thing is, when I want to validate whichever page I open and run, it should show my login page. So this is my main page, but then at the it should run the login page. So here's my login page. I'm giving my username. Suppose if I give a wrong email like password and username, it shows it's an invalid login. So I need to give a valid username and password. So I'm giving my password and username. So this is my page, and here first of all I will display my table. This is my particular table, and I'll give some name, or maybe Alekhya, and my EMP number will be 106, and then my designation can be clerk, and then my salary is equal to 2 lakhs. So I will insert it. Oh sorry, I have double clicked that by mistake. So this is my row which has been inserted now. So if I want to delete delete a row, I can just give my employee ID and just delete it. So this got deleted. And if I want to update my EMP file to some other thing, I can update by giving this thing. I'll give the name Alekhya, and then my designation as, yeah, that was fine, I was fine. So update. Sorry friends, I faced that issue because in my database I have given to my particular columns with no null value, so they don't accept any null value. So I just need to type the whole thing, and here I am updating my name. So manager and my 3, 4, 5, 6. So here it's getting updated. Now if I want to search some particular I want to search as my employee 103 ID. So these are my details. So my particular employee which has an ID of EMP103, is of name Vincent, and he's an HR manager, and his salary is 7 lakhs. This is my program. Thank you.